Welcome to Literacy Home Learning. This is a literacy unit appropriate for children learning from home during this extended school closure. It is designed to provide learning opportunities for primary age children and will help to develop their ability within the national curriculum. This is lesson number 8 in the series. Please listen along, pause the video when necessary, and be sure to listen for the task appropriate for your age and ability. To be prepared for today's lesson, make sure you have something to write with and your home learning book. Follow along with the video and be sure to pause when you have been given a task to complete. You will know when to pause the video when you see the symbol in the bottom corner of the screen. Today's learning objective is writing the beginning of a story. During this lesson, we will continue to explore the book Black Dog by Levi Pinfold. In our last lesson, we guided you through the planning process. Today, you will be using your plan to start writing the beginning of the story. We're going to discuss how to write a good opening to a story before giving you a chance to write your very own. The first sentence of your story is very important, as it will help put the reader into the story. Too often, stories begin with once upon a time, which can become boring. We're going to come up with our own opening line. Time for your first quick task. A good way to start a story is to begin describing the setting. For example, on a cold winter's day, the sun was shining on the green grass. Early one foggy morning. Come up with 3 different opening lines that you may decide to use in your story. Write these in your home learning book. There are several things that should be included in the beginning of a story. Setting description, introduction of the main characters, and finding out what problem needs to be solved must be included in the beginning of your story. In Black Dog, the beginning of the story does this very well. In the beginning of the story of Black Dog, the setting is described as a large house in the woods during winter. In Black Dog, they introduce the main characters when they introduce the Hope family. Finally, we find out what problem needs to be solved, as there is a large black dog that scares the family. You're going to write the beginning of your story, following the plan you made in the last lesson. You should begin your story by describing the setting, introducing your characters, and having an animal arrive and scare your characters. Stop writing once you have written those 3 things, as we will continue writing the story in tomorrow's lesson. So here's your main task of today's lesson. Be sure to include a good opening line from the quick task, a setting description, an introduction of the main characters, and we need to find out what problem needs to be solved. Year 1 and 2, we want you to write at least 4 sentences. Year 3 and 4, we'd like you to write at least 6 sentences. And Year 5 and 6, we'd like you to write at least 8 sentences. So how did you do? Read your work out and check for any mistakes, and be sure to share your work with your home teacher. Well done everybody, that's the end of lesson 8. Be sure to join us again in the next lesson where we will continue writing our story.